I'm Daniel, the past life regressionist, and it's time to begin.
Lift off and the clock has started.
This is Timeless Spirituality. Enjoy each of your time.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Timeless Spirituality. And if you're joining us for the very first time, welcome. So I'm just going to put this out there at the very beginning right now. If you are someone who is easily offended or very sensitive to anything that's not PG, just turn this episode off now. It's not even worth it. That's the first thing I'm going to say. So now that that's been stated, everyone, welcome to the Spiritual Satire episode. This is an episode that has been months in the making. It was recorded about 5 months ago, but it's something that my buddy Christian and I have been working on for the last probably about 9 months or so. That's when we started talking about it. And I need to be very clear with everyone about what this episode is and what to expect, what not to expect, because I think that people will draw some conclusions that are what I perceive to be incorrect. So I'm just going to be as clear as I possibly can. So yes, again, this is the Spiritual Satire episode. This episode is purely satire. We are joking around for 80% of it. It is satire. One more time, everyone. Can you guys say it with me? It is satire. With that said, the reason that I decided to do this episode is because I'm seeing a lot of stuff out there in the quote-unquote spiritual world that I perceive to be very dangerous in the way that some people are putting certain concepts forward, certain beliefs forward that they present as facts. And I felt it was time to step up in more of a way to counter that in a way where it's not going to war with it overtly. This is my attempt to do something about what I perceive to be dangerous notions being thrown around out there. I'm doing my best, guys. Again, this is satire in this episode. What I'm saying right now isn't. But once the episode starts, it's satire. I just really need to drill that in. Okay. So Christian and I talk about channelers in this episode, and I need to be very clear. I believe in channelers. I believe that there are some genuine bona fide channelers out there, and I also believe that there are some channelers who may have abilities, but they may act as if their abilities are stronger than they actually are. And then I believe that there are some people out there who believe that they're channelers, and they are regurgitating a lot of stuff that they hear and see out there, and they present it as if it's a channeled message. So, again, this is an episode of satire, and I believe in channelers. Just not all of them. In this episode, I do mention how I drew a lot of the material from one account. Now, I'm not picking on this account of this person on either Instagram or TikTok. I mean, this account is never mentioned by name, not once. There's no indications of who this person is because that's not my job. My job is not to call this person out. The reason why I just drew upon one account is because this account gave me a plethora of material to draw from because it just covers the gauntlet on a lot of these things. So I've seen it elsewhere, but it was just in one concise place. So I'm not punching down. I wouldn't even say I'm punching up because, again, not calling out this person, but I just want to make that really clear. Again, this is an episode of satire. So Christian and I, we talk about some extraterrestrial concepts in a very mocking way in this episode, and I just want to make it clear right now. that I do believe that there is alien life out there. Some of the concepts that we talk about, I actually do believe in them to a certain extent, but I don't believe in the absurdity of the way that some of these things are presented out there in cyber world. So that's kind of what we're poking fun at. Again, satire. And in the past couple months, while I've been editing this episode, I have passed it around to a few of my friends just to get their feedback on it. And one comment that was made was about something I said with people changing their voice when they deliver information. And you'll hear it later in the episode. But something I want to clarify about that is I wasn't talking about channelers in that respect, because I do believe that sometimes when someone channels, their voice does change. What I'm referring to directly is people who are not channeling, who are trying to make a quote-unquote profound statement. So they will talk like this in a way to make it seem a little more enlightened, instead of just talking like this. So they sound like a bit of an asshole. I just want to make that clear, because you guys have heard on the show before, I've had channelers on, and I do believe that that is genuine and real. So again, making it very clear. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, guys, but that's the purpose of this introduction, is to be as clear as I possibly can about what you guys are about to experience and hear. So I am referring to those who are not channeling, who change their voice to talk more profound and make themselves seem a little bit more. I think that's something that everyone should keep an eye on. Last thing I want to address, and this one could be a bit touchy. Some of the people that Christian and I kind of, let's just say, shine a light on in this episode, I believe that they will perceive us to be, quote unquote, false light. They are the ones who may say that Christian and I are out here throwing people off of their spiritual path or their path of enlightenment because we're not taking things seriously, or that we are whatever it may be. So I don't know. Maybe I am false light. Maybe Christian's false light. Maybe we're not. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean when a lot of people say it, but we want to present a counter narrative. Again, this is the way that Christian and I see things. And we don't like seeing people get swept up in fill in the blank. You guys will hear us talk about it. So I'm sorry for kind of going on a long-winded explanation at the beginning here, but I just want to be as clear as I possibly could. So with that said, if you would like to book a regression with me to discover who, when, and where you have been throughout time, you can reach me on Instagram at The Past Life Regressionist, or my website, thepastliferegressionist.com. And now, it is time to begin the spiritual satire episode. Yeah. Christian, thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. It's good to be here.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for... Dude, I've been doing... I never know what the hell to say at the beginning. I'm such a goober.
Hey, I don't... Say whatever. Let's throw it all out there. Say all of this.
C'est la vie. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, this is Christian. You guys also know him as the Country Clairvoyant. The OY's meme one, as I call him.
I'll take it.
So yes, this is Christian. Everyone say hi. Hi, Christian. How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone. I'm Chris. Okay. Yeah. It's already going in that direction today. It's going to be one of those episodes.
We've already declared that we're a little spacey, so here we are.
All right. So, Christian, are you ready for the first question? For the first question.
Fire away.
What is your favorite song about time and why?
So, like I said, like you asked me this before. So it's not so much about time, but more about registering how much time we have here. And I really love the song I Hope You Dance. It's it's cheesy for some. I mean, the music actually is really kind of fabulous. There's a darkness and a depth to it, as well as the inspiration. But Sons of the Desert sing with her in the background, and I really like what they say. It says, "Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who wants to look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone." And when I was maybe 21 when the song came out, and I was obsessed. And again, there's also kind of a melancholy to it, even with that in the background, singing backup. And I made an agreement early on that I didn't want to waste my time here. I wanted to experience. I wanted to absorb it. I wanted to, take it all in and experience all the things. Now, I have been burned, a lot through that, because I was very naive and very innocent and even ignorant about what experience can not only give you, but what it takes away. So we're given the time, and we're also, the time gets taken away. So, and I wanted to dance, so to speak. So, and fully engage in life. So so it's about time, but not at the same time.
I think it's a great song about time, because it really is just, it's someone saying, I hope you cherish every moment that you have, and I hope you dance.
Yeah, exactly. Take it all in, and don't be afraid to scale the mountain, and don't settle for the path of least resistance. I mean, they're all very cliche kind of things, but to me, cliches are cliches because they hold those invincible truths, and yeah, it's a very poignant song. And so, and Leanne Womack's voice is just remarkable. It's got almost like Dolly's voice, this kind of childlike
really does
wisdom about it. It's got that same kind of energy to it. So it makes me happy because I like those people.
Well,
so yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So who is Christian?
Who is Christian? Oh, I could probably tell you who I am not. So most people right now know me as the Country Clairvoyant. I've been through many iterations. So pointing to that experience, this is a great question. I'm a scientist, an exercise scientist, personal trainer, teacher, worked in special ed too, taught PE, designer, textile designer. Started in with, I guess, the psychic work very early on. That was always a thing. I got my first deck at 18, I think. It's a fairy deck, because I was obsessed with fairies, maybe because I was one. Or maybe am one. And then I've always written too. So I grew up. I have a dear friend who worked in a metaphysical shop who, I've told the story a lot in different places, but for those who are new, she taught me, I learned astrology, and I learned tarot, and I learned all those things. And I got sick, so I got really interested in essential oils because I had a lot of gut issues very young, and I became obsessed with herbs. So, I've always done the witchy stuff for a long time. But my focus right now is, I say, writing and readings, right? So I read a lot of books, so I do that. But I also have clients and do sessions. And I do a little bit of tarot, a little bit of astrology, a little bit of fairy deck,
a little bit.
Cards. Okay, I do it consistently.
Yeah,
I mean,
come on, man.
I do it consistently. But and I write a lot,
And you're good at it too.
Thank you.
You know your shit.
Yeah. I might know a few things. I mean, 25 years, kind of gives you something.
You pick up a thing or 17,000 in 25 years.
Exactly. You may even know something little. I downplay it, but but mostly on purpose, because but it's good. It's so who am I? I'm made of space trash, like all of us, right? And I've managed to look at all the pieces that have come in that pile of space trash and somehow put them together, and it makes Christian Bradley West. So it's not one thing. I had one podcaster ask me, why don't you say you're an astrologer? Because technically I'm not an astrologer. I'm me doing astrology is how I look at it. So who am I? I'm me, and I'm just out here dancing with all my pieces.
I'm never going to look at you the same now, because I'm only going to see you space trash and all those other things too.
I'm okay with that. People love to say we're all made of stardust, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of sweet, and and a little saccharine. My dark humor is, it's space trash, because a star exploded somewhere millions of years ago, and somehow we made it here. It threw all of its junk into the universe. Yeah.
So today, this is going to be different than anything that's been on the podcast so far.
Oh, geez. I know. That always makes me nervous.
We're here to talk about spiritual satire. And fortunately, I'm off my leash. So a self-imposed leash that I put on myself.
Oh, my gosh.
And Christian is the perfect person to have me run around the yard without a leash. I mean, granted,
Are
I'll
we
be
in the yard or are we in the park? Who's chasing after us?
Oh, no one's chasing after us. We're rolling around, just doing dog shit.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
that.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
dogs. Yeah.
All right. So spiritual satire, that's what we're here to talk about today, and we're here to do some spiritual satire. So my question for you, Christian, what is spiritual satire?
Oh, well, I guess we could look at satire in its, in its capacity to highlight idiosyncrasies within a culture, through subversion, right? I just came off of that with the top of my head. I thank God I have words. So I think being subversive in a conscious way is kind of fun. People will call it irreverent. I don't always like that word for it because I am very reverent of what I do. So it's funny. People think that people who are satirists, satirist, I've said that correctly, that they are making fun to make fun. But usually that's not the case. It's about an exposure, right? It's about looking at the weak points. It's in the weak spots and where maybe things don't really align, or maybe to expose the absurdity of it all. So in the spiritual community, there's been, the law of attraction, which I jokingly call the law of reaction, which to me is just beefed up confirmation bias, because most people are going around going, yeah, this is what I want based on my trauma programming, instead of looking at the bigger picture based on my needs, based on my fear. That's why I call it the law of reaction. So I like to expose that and look at all of that. There's just a lot of woo stuff, which I experienced a lot of woo stuff in my life. I'm very open about that. It happens in sessions. It continues to happen. We're in the vortex, lots of synchronicities, lots of things. So I do have a reverence for this work, but I also feel like I can hold the dissonance within me and go, well, let's look at how ridiculous it is too. So that's part of this journey, which not very many people were doing, by the way, at the very beginning, but it seems everyone's jumped on the bandwagon now. So it's very interesting. Yeah.
You inspired me to do it a little bit.
Oh, good.
I mean,
yeah.
Granted, in much smaller doses than you do it, but
it's fascinating to watch people. I really have a reach, which is odd, but a lot of people that copy me don't follow me, which is really interesting. I find, they're going to take what I do or take what I talk about and not acknowledge maybe some of where you get certain things. But that comes with the territory, and it's part of the satire too. How these big accounts will copy from these little people. It's something that I've addressed as well, and I'll probably continue because, again, it goes back into the absurdity of it all.
So why are people so offended by spiritual satire?
The same reason why people who go against the church are called heretics, right? I think belief systems are really held near and dear, and to look under the rock, so to speak, and see what's floating and living under there is painful for a lot of people. So if you push a button, then it becomes a challenge. And so the offended is, oh my God, like you're attacking my belief, which is to say you're attacking me, because people's beliefs and who they think they are so inherently entangled, in the identity. So they're offended because they hold an identity, and certain things can go against that identity. Yeah, I've seen it in the last week. There was a big account of someone who's a channeler. I would like to put that in air quotes for anyone that's listening. I mean, I even joke. I say I hear voices, which I jokingly say is, probably psychosis. But it seems that my voices are pretty clear and inspired in some capacity. But that also makes me sound like I'm better than everybody else, which is not the case. But my point is this, is that someone went on there and was like, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. But the point is this, that they sounded very offended, and they're like, if I say it, it's this way, which, by the way, sounds very much so like a tyrant and dictator as well.
Mm-hmm.
So these people are going like, this is the right way. And I'm like, fuck that. There is no right way. As the Buddhist quote goes, and I don't remember the exact term or the number, but it's like, there's 300,000 paths to enlightenment. Right? I just happen to choose this one, this body, this Christian Bradley West persona. And so when someone says this is the right way, or when I say this, I kind of want to push back. it's kind of in my nature, which is kind of strange because I don't have, for my astrology people out there, I don't have a strong Plutonian aspect, to my, which can point to subversion, or even a Uranus. Well, that's a lie. Uranus conjunct my Venus, opposing my Chiron in the 5th and 11th house. So yeah, so that's probably part of the subversion that comes. But in astrological terms. But, in the revolutionary things, but I think subversion comes in revolutions, right? So we're here to change the narrative. And there is no right way here. There is no, this is the right path. This is the right way to coach. No, there's an integrity. There's a way to do it with integrity, right? There's a way to do it with truth, with awareness, with consciousness, with grace, with loving kindness. There's no right way.
To me, the integrity is not naming these people.
and that's really true. I mean, you and I have had discussions. I've struggled with things in the past, as you know.
Well, I mean, it's okay in private when we talk about
exactly,
it.
Yeah. So I'm a private human. Ultimately, it's funny. I will tell anyone asks, but I still maintain privacy around things. So yeah, I don't think it's not my job to call these people out. I have called out people who have stolen from me before, though. I will put it in my stories. I will talk about it because I feel like it's, yeah. So, or the new term is sometimes call them in.
I take that back. Sorry. I think it's circumstantial.
And that's really well put. I mean, that's exactly it. I don't do it with everyone. I don't say anything, but there have been some very large accounts that I feel like have essentially capitalized on smaller account spiritual labor. Mm-hmm. And so again, that's something we want to expose here. And it's being exposed. A lot of people are hopping on the bandwagon. Here's the one thing that I think I'm a little bothered isn't the right word, but something I want to watch is that some of these same people were the ones who were all in the woo, all in the coach, all the things. And suddenly they've had a change of heart, and they're like, oh, we're going to talk about the idiosyncrasies between the new age movement and what spirituality is and what it isn't. And I'm going to suddenly turn into a satirist, and I'm like, are you just doing this because it's profitable? Is my thought is this just again another layer of what you're looking to capitalize on from these other accounts? So I see that too. Again, it's absurd, right? It's where everyone's trying to be the best court jester here to some degree, Mm-hmm. So I mean, and again, more things gives you more
the best court jester.
Yeah, I mean, really, and then it goes right, and then in a land where there's no king or queen, and so so it's a little chaotic.
Sorry, just made me think king or queen. Part of the satire that's coming up, that expression is used.
Yeah. Okay. I'm here for it. We'll go. So, well, and that's even the word that's shown up in the community a lot. Find your king and find your queen, which has been appropriated from, Black people. But, it's there. So, there's a lot. And I think it's all of value in its own way.
So what do you say? You ready to bust out some spiritual satire?
Oh, I don't know what you're going to throw at me. By the way, for those that listen, I know a little bit of what we're going to do, but I'm not completely. So I'm along for the ride. I'm along for the ride like you guys. So let's see what Daniel's going to throw at me.
So what I will say is all these examples are taken from one account. What I went ahead and did was I transcribed some videos from one account.
Oh my goodness.
And it's an account that I find massively entertaining.
I know this account, by the way, Gall. I know what he's talking about. You guys won't know, but we know. It's a little more fun. We don't need to call these people out, but it's fun.
It's an account where I'm very entertained by it. But as I brought up in a shadow work episode, because this same account was touched on, I believe that some of the stuff on there is outright dangerous.
I'm glad you said that. Before you even said it, Daniel, I said, can we address that before we go into this? Can we address that? I think the other reason why I want to talk about these things is because it is outright dangerous. I mean, some of the work, I'm extremely trauma informed. At least I attempt to be in my work. I'm trauma informed with myself, with my friends, with my family. It doesn't just lend itself to clients. And so I find a lot of the new agey work it becomes abusive, in a lot of ways, dealing with the coaches and whatever else, and doesn't pay attention to the nuance of the individual. It's just like, it goes back to westernized culture, right? I'm going to homogenize this, right? I'm going to take it and do this, which of course is destroying us, because we need a nuanced diet. We need the nuance in our life. So in the spiritual community, I feel like for a minute, it kind of like got out of the nuance, and everything was like law of attraction, like I mentioned earlier. Everything became that. Everything became money. Everything became get yours, right? This very individualized kind of culture. And it's still being perpetuated. And I think it's really dangerous to keep looking at things through that lens of, I'm going to get my nut and F all of you. Or I'm the channel and I'm channeling these beings, or whether it be the Galactic Federation, which I make fun of a lot, or whatever else, And again, I have my deep spiritual practice. And so it confuses people. But my thought is like, I'm not out here I'm not the guru. I'm not saying that I hold the truth. I'm not saying that the Galactic Federation is some authority figure that we need to listen to. And a lot of these accounts are. And so I would say to anyone listening, the minute that anybody says this is the way it is, and they're acting as the be all end all authority of something, red flag, step away. And if you think you need that in your life, then that's a red flag too. Just FYI, because you don't need anyone telling you how to live your life. What you're looking for, at least what I think all we're looking for, is how to be more conscious, how to be more aware. And are these people out there supporting us in that exploration? And the accounts that say that they're not, or this is the way things are, because they channeled it, because they might have had 3 mental breakdowns and went into psychosis, literally. By the way, this has happened. There are people that I know out there that are in these accounts that have had this happen, and then suddenly woke up from their psychosis and heard voices, and or heard different voices that then said, go and give this information out. That's dangerous. To your point, So that's something I struggle with a lot, is that I see these accounts, and I know you and I have talked about it, which is why we're here today.
Yeah,
so,
but we're gonna punch.
We got
up.
really serious for a minute. Oh yeah, okay. Let's. What are we gonna do now?
All right. Are you ready for the exercise?
I'm ready.
Well,
I'm
first,
ready. Throw it at me.
Which character are you gonna? I know you don't know what. I think you should bring out the big gun first.
Okay, we'll bring out Country. For those that don't know, it's the Country Clairvoyant, of course, the play on the Country Clairvoyant, and she's technically my sister. So we'll bring Country out.
And I'm gonna call her Kathleen or Christy, because, well, there are certain things that you can get away with that I can't. So, and
it's with a K, okay? It's let's okay. I get it.
K or cat. Oh, Caddy. I'll go for Caddy.
Caddy works. Caddy with a K. I'll be Caddy for a minute. So, okay.
But you can call her, your sister by her name, but I'm just gonna call her Caddy.
You said you were getting looser and just having fun with it. That doesn't sound like a dog without his leash. Well, I just have to point out the cognitive dissonance, but okay. I'm here for that.
I hear what you're saying, but there are still some boundaries that I have. And what Christian's referring to, as I said to him before the recording, I'm off my leash now. I'm just not worried anymore about what the blowback if I push certain boundaries. Like, whatever. At least I'm having fun doing it.
So, you're not going to lose your clients. In fact, you're going to get more. That's just the way this works.
Well, hopefully, if that's the case, that I'm doing it for the right reasons and not because I'm going out there and trying to be me, and I think it's fun. Like, we have fun when we talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
fun, and so, and it's spreading awareness in a way that I believe is healthy. So why not? Because we're really just poking fun at Well, this is one person, but this one person is more emblematic of many.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's why, out of respect, because that's the other thing is I don't know what this person's motives are. I don't know what their mental situation is. I don't know if they actually believe the shit that they're saying or if it's a grift.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this for this.
I thought it was satire when you first sent it to me. I mean, I think we were both confused. Yeah. Yeah.
I would hope if it's satire, it's better than yours. I'm sorry.
Well, it's not. We've decided it's not.
Oh, it's yeah. Well, I think it may be a grift. I think there's a part of it that may be a grift. But what I think is genius about this account is when you have people latching themselves onto certain alien collectives saying, I'm an Arcturian ambassador. I'm a Palladian light being this, that. This person covers them
dimension
all.
1750, whatever. Like
this person's got the gauntlet on all of them.
Yeah.
Which I think is brilliant because when someone associates with this or that or this or that, and then you just bring them all into the fold, like that's genius. Yeah, it's genius. So, okay. So the way that this is going to work today is, I'm going to read some transcriptions from some of these videos, and I would like Caddy to comment or take the reins and just go off in Caddy's kind of way, because Caddy has a way of really putting things to you about $1,000 when an extra when it rains on your
oh my God, when it rains on your yoni.
Yeah. So everyone, I give you Caddy the Clairvoyant, or Christian, if you would like to properly introduce your sister.
Hello, everyone. It's the Country Clairvoyant here.
Yeah, that's her. So I'm just going to read this normally. I'm not going to put anything into it.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm ready. Lay it on me. My yoni's open. I'm here to receive. You asked for it. I mean, here I am.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay. This is a message from the Arcturians. You are now going quantum in your reality experience. The divine human template is anchored fully into the light warriors who are embodying it, and you're going to be responsible for much more. You are promoted from starseed ambassadors to kings and queens on this earth.
All right, yeah. So, do you want me to comment? What do you want from me, Daniel? I'm here to not only receive but to give. What do you need?
Caddy, I would just like more clarification on what this message means, because I know you're plugged into
the Galactic Federation. Yeah. We're buddies.
And so my understanding is that the Galactic Federation may be above the Arcturians, or that they are a representation of all. So there's a pedestal that they've been placed upon, and waving down to anyone who's just on their own.
Exactly, because hierarchies exist in these other hierarchies. We need hierarchies to survive. So, yeah, you need to be better than other people. So I think that the king and queen thing, that points to that, right? Like, we're all going to be king and queens, and we'll probably end up destroying the planet, but it's okay, because once we die, we're going to go to another planet and probably destroy that one. And so we want to use all the natural resources that it takes to be a king and queen here, all right? Because we're on the cusp of the apocalypse anyway. So, like, the Galactic Federation is coming in. People are like, to help us to not do this. But I think it's probably like, if we can all be king and queens, like, again, like, forget the starving children in Africa and forget that there's starving children anywhere else on the planet. Because why do we need to worry about them? We are king and queens. That's what I have to say about them.
And how do you feel about that message coming from the Arcturians? What's your read?
I think they're all bird brains, which is good, right? Like, when you see a bird, it might be a sign from the Arcturians coming in and like trying to tell you about what you need in the moment. And so, I think channeling the Galactic Federation and all of those hundreds of thousands of us that are channeling and getting conflicting information, like, you have to decide what to do with it, because you are your own king or queen, right? And king or queens don't need anyone to tell them what to do.
Thank you, Caddy.
Oh my you're gonna just I'm breaking character.
It's gonna get better.
Oh my fuck. Okay.
Okay. So
I'm ready, I'm
before we move on to the next one, I think it's important for me to also point out that I do believe that there are these collectives out there. I do believe in the possibility of a galactic federation, the possibility of it. However, I personally, me, Daniel, and this isn't me speaking from a satire sense right now, I don't see the importance of placing importance upon these things, because I feel it's about something bigger outside of yourself, which just takes away from your own personal power. So I'm not coming at it from a place right now of saying this is all a bunch of bullshit, just the way that it's portrayed sometimes.
I think the key here is to, again, going back to what I said, like, everyone out there listening, ask the questions. You key in, you connect, you see, listen to people you trust, but be a healthy skeptic here. Ask all the questions. I think that's really, setting aside the humor and all of that, I'm with you. There's a possibility that these things exist. I think they're aliens. I mean, it's impossible that there's billions of galaxies in our known and unknown universe. How could there not be other things? There's probably interdimensional travel. There's just so much beyond our ability to recognize in these limited forms. But I don't know if we need them telling us how to live our lives. I really don't. Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
But I'm happy to engage.
You ready for the next one?
Okay.
As I'm even reading over these right now, I'm thinking, why did I not pick more absurd ones? Why was I just not going for the cream of the crop? Although one of my favorite ones is coming up.
Okay, bring it. I'm here. I'm ready.
This is a message from Commander Ashtar. The Starseed Revolution has occurred for those who have been willing to take the leap to be outside of their friend zone, outside of their communities.
Yeah.
And you are going to start being rewarded because you had the balls to exit the Matrix first and start to stand up for what you knew to be true and right, while everyone around you was taking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Commander Ashtar has a big cosmic cup. It's just always like banging down on my crown chakra. Yeah, my big yoni in the sky. Yeah, so leaving the Matrix, a lot of people talk about it, and I don't think they really understand it. It's, leaving all of the peasants behind who are stuck in their ways and think that they need this earth to survive. When really all we need is, to connect to the Commander Ashtars and get our crown chakras really banged good so that we can also awaken from it. So if you're struggling out there, you can call on the Galactic Federation to send you somebody to help open your crown chakra really wide, just like my yoni. That's what I have to say about that.
Do you mind if I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
You said that Commander Ashtar put his cosmic rooster on your crown chakra.
Yeah.
Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah.
Would it be out of line if I asked how big it is?
Oh, well, it's cosmic cock. I mean, it's hard to say. I think it was just the tip. I mean, I don't know. I just know that all of a sudden I got dick down with downloads.
How is it different than human rooster?
Oh, well, it's etheric, right? So he's on a whole nother dimension and a whole nother thing. So he comes through the interdimensional gateway that's like its own yoni. And it opens up and I don't know, I just get filled with his cosmic goo. And suddenly I wake up the next morning with messages for the collective because I've been chosen.
Are you saying that that's how he spreads his message?
Yeah, it's starseed.
The goo is starseed?
Yeah, we're starseeds and it's starseed. It's all starseed, right? We are all made of starseed. I just have to lay there and just allow it to happen.
I'm a receptacle for the ancient wisdom from the Galactic Federation.
Do you have to buy him dinner or something? Or
No, why would I buy him dinner? He has to buy me dinner.
so what did Commander Ashtar buy you for dinner?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't gotten that far. It's just a booty call at night, right? I wake up with the downloads. He comes in. Then in my dreams, I wake up after this astral travel moment. I don't know. And then it just presents. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I have words in my head that need to come out.
Why do you feel that humans need those messages that are given to you by Commander Ashtar?
Because they can't do it by themselves, apparently.
How do you know that it's Commander Ashtar?
Well, the energy is very specific. It's very strong, very masculine, and very alien.
It's funny because I heard that Commander Ashtar was straight up androgynous.
Yeah, I think he takes on different forms.
Mm. Well, that's what I heard. So it's the truth because I heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? So
Yeah.
we're going to go with that narrative now?
Absolutely. Take that. That's how this works.
Mm.
It's a free for all. That's what the Galactic Federation really is. Finding your own truth, even if it's psychosis.
Well, thank you for that. Well, that was fun.
I don't think I've had a laugh like that in a minute.
We were joking there. Ah, wow. I'm going to spiritual hell.
You asked for it.
I did. I did ask for Commander Ashtar to do his thing.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't
Jesus,
help
man.
myself when you brought up Commander Ashtar. I was like, oh, we're going to talk about Commander Ashtar.
Well,
Let's
it's
do it.
Commander Ashtar.
Yeah.
All right, I've got 2 more of these. I think it would be funny to put Caddy away for a few minutes.
Okay.
And let's bring in your 23-year-old, juiced up, your bro.
My bro. Hey,
Yeah.
what up? What up?
Hey, so who am I talking to now?
Yeah, so I just did some magic mushrooms, had an awakening, realized that like I might be a narcissist. So, I became a life coach.
Why do you feel that was the right profession for you when you came to the conclusion that you were a narcissist?
The mushrooms told me so.
What'd they say?
Well, I met this being of like light, like total light, like I don't know, might be alien, might have been, a sun. I don't know. I just know that I was staring right into it and I almost blinded myself. And it just said, I got to help people. And I was like, not helping people because it was helping myself. So I was like, oh, like this is great. So, I started like banging a lot of chicks too. They really loved it. So I was like, oh, I'm helping them. I'm like, sexual healing here. Yeah, all that. It's good. Mm-hmm. I decided I had to like come off my meds too and like just start raw dogging life.
Cool. Thank you for being open and honest and vulnerable.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
How's it? Does it feel good to be open and honest and vulnerable? Are you feeling good about yourself now?
Oh, always. Yeah. I mean, anytime I'm not, I just take another dose. And like my crown chakra pops off and my root chakra too. And then I'm like, God, I gotta go and find somebody to hook up with and heal.
Bro, right? That's what we're calling. That's what your name is, bro.
Yeah. I go by guru bro, teacher bro, coach bro. I'm down for all of it, bro.
I remember you being a little more intense the last time I talked to you.
Oh, that was my dad.
Gee, so what was your dad, 6 when he had you? I remember him being a lot more like, let me tell you something, bro. This is my fucking magic mushroom program.
I did some cannabis too. But yeah, oh yeah. Let me see. We haven't asked the question yet. Like, I gotta get fired up.
So the cannabis will wear off once I ask the question?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not ask the question, but make the statement, because the questions will come after that. Because
because like I gotta know what I'm doing, and then like if you kind of trigger me, then I'm gonna come at you with some truth.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You ever talk to Commander Ashtar?
Yeah, but Commander Ashtar, comes at me with like legs open, no dick though.
Yeah, cool, bro. All right, bro. You ready, bro?
I'm ready.
All right,
Let's
man.
go.
Humanity is waking up to the reality that you have been living in a science fiction fantasy movie and nothing around you is as it appears to be. You are starting to see through the illusion because your supernatural abilities are coming back online. Your god and goddess power is going to be revealed to you.
That's deep. That's some deep stuff right there. It's all coming back online, right? Like we have been under the influence of these psyops, right? Like everyone's coming at us, telling us like, this is the way we should be. Like you need to do it this way, but that's just not the way to do it. You got to do it the way that you got to do it. So
yeah, I'm gonna ask that we condense time right now. We're gonna skip ahead about 2 hours to when the cannabis is wore off, because I think this answer would be better coming from your passion self. Let's go back to pre-mushrooms also, before you found yourself. That one where when I last spoke with you, you had a program.
Okay. Yeah, but this is kind of hard because I'm not selling something. Like that life coach was always selling you something. So you want me to come at it from a point like I was selling you something in that thing. Like I was constantly selling something. So if I'm in it from that way, then I have to like turn into the other version of it, which is like buy my course.
So here we go. So as it was stated in this fact that I found on this video, where the second half of it is you were starting to see through the illusion because your supernatural abilities are coming back online. Your god and goddess power is going to be revealed to you. So the course that you were trying to sell me was the course of accessing your god and goddess power, because your supernatural abilities are coming back online.
Okay.
So sell me that course, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Okay. So I totally have this course that's all about this, right? Like we're going to totally get in touch with our inner beingness, whatever shit. We're going to shadow the shit out of this shit.
We're going to shadow the shit out of it, right?
That's what we're going to do. Absolutely. That's what we do here. We shadow the shit out of the shit, right? Like we're going to open our eyes to all the fucking psyops in the world.
All the fucking psyops in the world.
All of them. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're here to do, right? We're here to like just open our eyes, open our fucking third eyes, decalcify that fucking pineal gland, and we're going to fucking help each other. Not really, but kind of, because, you got to do it. I got to do it. I can't really help you. All I can do is just fucking ask you to pay me $3,000 for my course. But let me tell you, by the end of the course, you're going to have a decalcified fucking pineal gland, okay? It's going to be all nice and squishy and gooey. That third eye is going to be popping open, and you're going to be popping some pussy, because that's how this works.
How? What does your course look like, bro?
Oh, well, yeah, like, so, like, you show up, and, like, I tell you shit. Because that's how this goes. Like I've learned so much from like all my trips and like going around the globe and like talking to gurus that like I really just did on Instagram. But like, like we just talk. I go in there and we're like, you take some mushrooms, you do some trips, you smoke a little cannabis, we lay out in the jungle, because it's going to be in Costa Rica, because it's always got to be, or Bali. Like that's the only two places I can do this, right? We're going to meditate some, and then I just kind of guide you through, right? Like I just ask you really important questions that help you leave the matrix. And like one of them is, how do you want to leave the matrix? How do you think you should leave the matrix? That's a type of question that we're going to ask.
And how is that going to help me access my god or goddess power?
Because we're going to reach into your pineal gland. We're going to chisel away at the pineal gland. That's what we're going to do.
How? Wouldn't that kill me if you open that thing up? Sounds like a lobotomy.
No. It's called like what is it called? Like a metaphor. Yeah. Like it's like poetry, dude. That's what it's like.
So you're going to decalcify my pineal gland with a metaphor?
Exactly. Isn't that deep?
I'm I'm sorry, bro. I'm having some trouble understanding why I would pay you $3,000 to give me a metaphor.
Well, because you're gonna meditate on the metaphor and the meta version of the jungle that we're gonna be in. It's all meta. It's all meta. Everything's meta.
So thank you very much for coming on Time with Spirituality. And
You're welcome.
you can kiss my ass, bro. And thank you. Thank you for also making us male practitioners look good. I really appreciate it, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it too.
All right, bro.
He's not as practiced. I need to do more of him. But I did like the metaphor. Where's another part that was pretty funny? Whatever. There we go. He's still the best.
You ready for the encore with Caddy?
Is it the encore or the finale?
I guess it is the finale. Yeah.
The finale with the encore.
I don't have an encore lined up then, so maybe I'll bust out a voice.
All right, let
Maybe
me go
that'll
get
be
her.
the encore.
Let me go get tea. Hold on.
All
All right.
I'm ready. Lay
So
it
what were
on
you doing
me.
while I was talking to bro?
I was listening about how important it is to decalcify that pineal gland so you can open up your third eye and see the world for what it really is so that you can leave the matrix. Because that's what it's all about.
So for the finale, we have my favorite of the videos, which is a video that I actually did a dramatic reading of in episode 20 of Timeless Spirituality. And that episode was Karmic Relationships. Added some sound effects in. It was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready,
I'm ready.
Caddy?
I'm ready.
Give me all you got for this one, okay?
Okay.
All right. I believe this was the first video that I came across also for this account. The video that made me fall in love with this account.
Hit me with
It's
it.
the best one.
I'm ready.
Twin flames are coming together sexually in the Earth realm and upgrading the crystal grid. This means that the Earth will start to rise in its vibration as a result of these divine counterparts coming together and having intimacy with each other. This will awaken the counterparts. It will also transform and awaken anyone who walks across the crystalline grid in the area that the twins were intimate.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? I think you're the perfect person to explain this to me because I don't know what the hell it even means.
So, like, as far as what I've learned, like, the whole planet has, like, these crystals, right? In certain places that create the grids. That's what I've learned. And if you go and bang on these crystals, like, with your twin flame, it, like, helps to actualize them because, you know, that root chakra energy is so powerful. So you've got to get with your twin flame and twerk on them and maybe twerk together. I don't know, but probably at least one of you twerking on the other to kind of bang out that cosmic energy that we all need right now to balance our chakras and to elevate the planet by banging the crystal grid. Yeah, something like that.
So if I understood you correctly, because I'm still trying to make sense out of this message, it's about fornicating on certain crystalline grids across the earth.
Exactly.
And that uplifts the vibration of the earth, Mother Gaia, because twin flames coming together because they hold a resonance with each other as opposed to if it was just some random Joe Schmo off the street.
Exactly. They're better than everybody else because they found their other half. And everyone else is wandering around thinking that, you know, they're alone because they really are. Because their twin flame is probably, you know, born in Czechoslovakia and the other ones born in New York and they can't get together. And because, you know, that's what the universe does. It makes things very challenging for us. But that's changing, right? Because the person from New York might go to Prague and like meet that person and because they need to go and get together on the crystal grid there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all about getting the energy that you need to get what you want. That's what it's all about. Because remember, we're king and queens here. It's all about getting yours.
What happens if my twin flame doesn't want anything to do with me?
Oh, well, that's when you have to be patient. Like, do the law of attraction or something, cast a spell, do all the things. Pray to Commander Ashtar and ask him to bring you together.
One of these other videos told me that my twin flame would ghost me because they love me that much.
Yeah, it happens.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so what you want to do then is you want to become a medium so you can talk to that ghost.
This is about to take a really dark turn. Really dark turn. You know what I'm thinking, don't you?
Or you hire a medium and we can help you, like someone like me. What else you got for me?
Why would they be a ghost?
Oh, well, it happens. There might be a ghost, but if they ghosted you, then what you do is you have to tune into their energy and go speak to their higher self. And as their higher self, kick them in the nuts. So, in a spiritual way, so that they will come back to you. Now, if they are a ghost, then you can invite them into your life if they're in the spirit realm and, go onto the astral plane. And then it doesn't matter where you are, because then you can just travel the crystal grid to wherever you need to go through the astral plane. And so if you need to go to Stonehenge and, bang on the stones, because they're good and hard, right? And they're full of energy. And you want to do this like on the solstice, right? Or the equinox. That's like, I can't remember, but you got to go to certain places at certain times.
Lionsgate portal.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. Bring up all that courage.
On August 32nd.
Exactly. Exactly. And so that's what you want to do. And so there's lots you can do here. You have lots of resources. There's lots of us that are channeling all this information for you. So there it is.
Well, thank you. You've been very helpful. Thank you so much for coming in and being a guest on Timeless Spirituality today, Caddy.
Thank you for having me be here.
May I say, I love what you've done with your hair.
Oh, well, this really isn't my hair. This is just the preconditioning.
So, yeah. Caddy, how do you feel about past life regressionists?
They're hot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, they help you dig deep, like really go deep into your past life, maybe yonis or backup yonis, and help you cleanse out your yoni soul. Yeah. So you can move forward with a clear sense of who you are. Yeah.
It's not quite the terminology I would use, but thank you for your insight on that one.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Glad to help.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Can I have your brother back now?
Sure. Take care, everyone. This is T signing off. Namaste. I'm back. Oh my God. You got me on a day that I'm a little sleepy. Like I said, it's maybe not as fiery, but I mean, God, I laughed. Like, yeah, holding that in was hard sometimes.
Yeah, that Commander Ashtar thing.
You're welcome.
I should have seen that one coming. I had no idea you were going to take it there.
How could you not know?
I honestly should have known. Well, because when I think of Caddy, I think of the Yoni stuff. I don't associate Caddy with the Commander Ashtar.
Well, because we've never really talked about it in that intimate way. So
You're really good at asking those deep questions.
Yeah, thank you. So I guess for the encore, I'll bust one out now. I'll get a breath mint just to wake myself up a bit. That was pretty funny. Okay, so Daniel here, the past life regressionist, host of Timeless Spirituality. One of my pet peeves when it comes to spiritual practitioners who are quote unquote influencers in their space is when they present themselves in a different way, depending on what they're doing. What I'm specifically thinking of is changes in their speech patterns. They will talk normal in some videos when they're just conveying something, but then when they want to take on their guru energy, they will start to tilt their head and speak like this and furrow their brows just so they can come across as more enlightened because they talk like this.
What did we call? Isn't there a name for that? Didn't we decide there's a name for that? There is a name for that. Ash would know. You interviewed Ash. Ash knows the term. We should ask her.
You should. I'm going to have Ash back on.
But yeah, that's, again, red flags, right? Red flags.
So there's one account I'm thinking of in particular. I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Yasmin right now because Yasmin and I always send these videos back. We're so bad. We're so bad.
I'm here for it.
We send these videos back and forth to each other whenever this person posts stuff. And they post stuff about ridiculous shit. Well, I mean, stuff that I think is ridiculous. It's not necessarily ridiculous, but it's like, who are you kidding? Who are you trying to fool here?
Yeah.
The one that really also gets me with these types of people, and I'm saying these specifically, is when they film themselves meditating, especially when they're holding the phone.
Yeah.
That's the one that gets me. And what I send to Yasmin is I say, you think she knows she's filming herself right now?
Or the, again, absurdity behind it. The dissonance between, the irony between I'm meditating while holding a phone.
Right, because are you really meditating if you're holding a phone, or are you putting up a front and trying to appear to be a certain way?
Well, we know the answer to that.
Well, I have my beliefs. I don't know.
Oh,
see what I did there?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite is the crying too. I mean,
yeah, that was.
I've cried once on social media, and it was because I almost died. I mean, literally. And I needed surgery, and I needed support to pay for it, and it was life or death. And people came to my rescue. People sent me Reiki, which I think, by the way, I healed incredibly fast. But and it was funny. I said, I will never go on social media and cry unless I'm on death's door. And I was. And sure enough, like I had to go on there and say that. It was years ago. I didn't even do a post. I did a story. And the story was enough, to get enough people's, to support me. And I mean, still to this day, immensely grateful that people showed up. And I had like half the following I have now. And, but it really floors me when people go on there and have, the however you want to call it, the contrived vulnerability. I think that's, and then something that people are calling out now, so I think all these things is funny where we're headed with this. I feel like even you mentioning that, like all the things, like look for the contrived vulnerability, look how I'm meditating, look how I'm doing these things,
Look how I'm waking up at 3:30 in the morning to do my 7-hour morning routine.
Right, exactly, or at least pretending to anyway. I think it's just such value and to look at it. And this is where right now my big philosophy is show your work. I've used a lot of examples from my life and because I value being transparent. And I got nervous early on doing it because I thought, well, maybe they think that this reading is about me. It's about them. But I was like, oh, I've experienced this. I would, clients would find me that had been through or were going through something similar. So I was like, oh, this is what I learned. So I'm going to say, this is what I went through. And I've found it over the years that a lot of people would say, thank you for sharing that because I came across as human. Whereas a lot of these people don't. They come across as a very manufactured kind of way. And this pretension, I mean, the pretentiousness. Oh my God. And you and I have talked about that before. That's my word for it. I'm just over the pretentiousness of the community. I mean, again, the gatekeepers and again, the rightness. So, but yeah.
So
the voice inflection things, yeah, all of it.
So I guess I'll do an amalgamation of many of these people, although specifically focusing on, well, first off, the person who gave us a plethora of material for today. Although it's a shame because no one can see the hand gestures that I'm going to do because this person will just fucking throw their arms up and wave it. Well, not their arms, but one hand and wave at a certain point, like, to the sky. Like
light codes. They're activating the light codes.
So no one will be able to see that. So I'll try to be more emphatic with my voice. And then the other person who, it's amazing when you see them talking regularly. Yeah. So I guess I'm about to see how difficult it is because I didn't prepare anything.
So you're going to improv it? I'm here for it.
Yeah, well, spiritual
Silly
satire
spirituality.
It's not my profession. Anyway, okay. So I'll be ostracized in my field. That's fine. Whatever. It's cool. I'm having fun talking to my buddy. All right. So, Christian, let me tell you why you need to work with me. Do you know the difference between peanut butter and sunflower seed butter?
Enlighten me.
Do you know the difference? I'm asking you because I'm putting the onus on you because I'm about to make a very bullshit profound statement.
Peanut butter is made from peanuts and sunflower is made from sunflowers.
But where do the peanuts and sunflowers come from?
I live in Virginia, so a lot of peanuts are coming from there.
But where? Because Virginia is just a name of the land.
Oh, I don't know. It can enlighten me.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been on the baseball field and taken your hand, after you washed it, of course, with antibacterial soap, which is horrible for your hands? Have you ever eaten the sunflower seeds?
Yes.
And how did it make you feel?
Good.
But really, how did it make you feel with the resounding silence of the earth?
Like I was being nourished.
But what does nourishment feel to your 3D body?
Like self-care.
And what is the care of the self?
Me nourishing myself.
You're not really giving me a lot to work with here.
All right. You want some deep answers, but I'm the client, right? So you're supposed to be giving me the deep answers.
But I am just the one that has all the answers. They are in me. But in order to access them, you need to ask the right questions.
So should I say, how does it nourish me? What is the care of the self?
I'm sorry. That is enough time for today. For our 42-minute session that I charged you $1,100 and $1,111 for 42 minutes.
Okay. Probably because you're eating all the sunflower seeds.
I drink green juice.
With mushrooms, hopefully.
Ground into the green juice, which gives it a bit of a white visualization.
Got it.
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you for our session today.
What did you learn from me?
Nothing. But isn't that the whole point of spiritual teachings? Is it all points to the emptiness and the futility of life?
Jesus, dude. You son of a bitch.
That was a good flourish. You're welcome.
Now I know how some psychics probably feel. Because what I've heard from psychics is sometimes it's very difficult to do a reading with someone if they're very closed off and they're not giving you much to work with. And granted, I'm not a psychic, so I never do any readings like that. But I'm sure that's how they must feel when the person is just Giving them nothing. Come on, dude. I was getting a good character going there, man. Come on, bro.
I thought that was good. I thought I was supposed to play the kind of like, I don't know character.
You're the motherfucker who paid me $1,111 for 42 minutes of my time.
That's my point. So I'm coming to you to give me answers.
Well,
and so I keep asking you the questions and you're not answering my questions.
okay, maybe that did go down how it was supposed to. I don't know.
I thought that was how it was supposed to go.
I thought someone who pays that much would be more emphatic about it.
Oh, no. I mean, so many of my clients are not emphatic at all. They want me to give them the answers.
Well, they're not paying you $1,111 for a reading.
No, but they're still paying me $100.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you know, I think that's how these coaching things go, is that what I'm noticing is like they show up and the client is a deer in the headlights.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, you know, because that's what, you know, I think, and I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. I thought you asked all the silly questions and you kept wanting me to go deeper. And I was like, I'm like confused. Let me ask you the questions again. Let me ask myself the questions that you just asked me. Like, because that's what it comes down to is the word salad, right? And then me going like, what the hell is, what is this, any of this mean? Like, what do you mean peanut and sunflower? Yeah, that's my point. Like, well, that's exactly it. Like, you know, and me like being like, hey, this person is supposed to be an authority, so they must have wisdom. We must be going somewhere. And then it goes absolutely nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's, I think it worked. I think everyone's going to be completely entertained by this. They're gonna be like, what the hell is going on? I mean, it's silly, it's goofy, it's serious, it touches on all the things.
This is really improvised. Except for me coming up with the transcription for those 4 things, we improvised this whole thing.
Well, and like I said, you caught me on a day where being emphatic at 8:40 p.m. is not the best thing.
Well, it's 5:40 p.m. for me.
And and it's been rainy all day, and I literally have not showered. Well, it's not
raining
yet.
here, and I'm the center of the fucking universe.
If you're a spiritual life coach, then that's true.
So I think there's one other thing to touch on there that you brought up, which was authority.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel personally that it's really important to present yourself as you are. So I present myself as a past life regressionist who has been doing this since 2016. Yeah. Not a past life regressionist that started in 2014 or past life regressionist that started in 2017.
Yeah.
I'm a past life regressionist who started in 2016. And that's how I present myself. That doesn't make me an authority because I've been doing it longer than someone who started 2 years after me. It doesn't make me less than necessarily because there's someone who started 2 years before me.
Yeah.
It just means that's where I am in my journey, but I'm not the authority in this. I'm just a dude who's been doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah, I think the whole guru, teacher, even possibly yogi, although that one doesn't hold as much charge as the other ones, or spiritual teacher or life coach or any of those things. I never like the word coach, by the way. Although my clients will tell you I coach in there, but I feel like there needs to be a better word. I like the word reminder because I feel like we all ultimately hold the information, and people that come to us for our work, it's already there. All we're doing is just pointing toward it.
Yeah.
And so it's like Buddha had talked about, you know, you point finger at the moon and you're looking at both, but it's neither really, you know, at the same time until you experience it. So really it's about looking at, in your case, past experience and maybe how it's, you know, led us to today and what it's done. For me, it's mostly where are you, a little bit how you got there, what's maybe preventing the expression from coming to the surface, and then moving forward. Authority is something I talk a lot about. I don't talk as much about on my feed right now, but, you know, I've written a lot about it. I have a book that'll eventually come out. We'll talk about it. And that's what this comes down to. And this really what I think I want to expose, and some of the other people, is the platform or the soapbox that a lot of people stand on. But again, we look at religions throughout history. When Buddha showed up on the scene, the Hindu priests, I think Brahmins is what they were called, where, you had to go to them and pay money to connect with, God or whatever. And same happened in Judaism, right? You had to go to the priests, to perform the sacrifice and all that stuff when Christ showed up. So I think when the people, and I don't think there's one spiritual teacher now, there's a lot of these people out there who do have good information. You just got to be discerning, right? I would say anyone who talks about Galactic Federation, you probably want to be aware of, because it's a narrative. It's somebody else's truth that is not very grounded in experience, right? You can't take that information and really, understand it on an experiential level, but you can take experience where you say, hey, try this, right? Even you're like, look at how these past lives, look at these narratives of past life, and again, extract the metaphor even and go, how can I carry it forward?
Exactly.
And I think that's really what is separate certain people from other people in this community. But again, to expose it, to go back to the original thing of spiritual satire, expose it for what it is by coming at it from a different way, from sideways, I think is of great value.
Well, I think that's a good place to end it.
Agreed.
So where can everyone reach you?
Instagram, The Country Clairvoyant, my website, The Country Clairvoyant, or Christian B. West. You can Google me, Christian Bradley West. I'll pop up on a bunch of things to Google because I've been doing some things for a minute. Twitter, Christian B. West. Yeah, I'm pretty accessible. So I make myself a value being available. So I make myself available.
Well, thank you so much for coming on for this very juicy episode.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed every moment of it.
You're very welcome. Okay, well, that was fun. Fellow time travelers, your journey through time awaits you. Just want to thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. And if you're interested in discovering who, when, and where you have been throughout time, and you'd like to book a session with me, just go ahead and send me a message on Instagram at The Past Life Regressionist, or you can reach me through my website, yourpastliferegressionist.com.